Snoke's blowhole. Kylo Ren's nipple. Yeah. And then Mace Windu says, "I'm your father." To which Rey replies, "I've always wanted to fuck a black guy." Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, it's so perfect. It's perfect.
Hey, Ryan.
Wait, can you redo that? My phone rang.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going, man?
JJ, my most valued and trusted friend.
Yep, that's me.
So, what is thy bidding, my master?
Hey, so listen, Ryan, I have some news.
Wait, let me go first. I have some great news. I just finished episode 9, and it's amazing. Okay, Snoke comes back, and he has metal legs. Phasma, she comes back, and she has a metal eye. And then Han comes back with a metal kidney. But he dies right after he comes back.
Wow, Ryan, that brain eaters is really something.
You know me, always subverting expectations.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I can't wait to write, direct, and get this. The production team said that I might even be able to star in the next one. Ooh, I haven't been this excited since we got our matching hazy and smelt necklaces.
Yeah, that's all great, Ryan. I have some news for you.
What news do you bring, Jedi Master Abrams?
Okay, look, Disney didn't like where the franchise was going, and they switched you out. But don't worry, I'll try my best to make you producer or something like that. Is that okay?
So who'd they switch me with?
They thought it would be best if I took over.
Oh. Okay.
Look, Ryan, I'm gonna get you on the project. Just give me a chance, please.
No. That's okay. You don't have to do that for me.
Ryan, are you sure?
Yes, JJ.
Okay, Ryan. Wish you the best of luck, friend. Ryan, what are you doing?
I'll always be the director, JJ. Always.
Sounds like Third Planet.
I think it is.
Okay, I'll put it down.
Look at me! Yo, mama's so fat! Snoke couldn't hit her up. Look at me! Yo, mama's so fat!
Hey everyone, welcome to Star Wars: The Last Retrospective. We know how overdone this is. There's so many videos about this movie. We figured, we had some stuff to add to it, and we thought of the Rian Johnson skit.
That was our biggest statement about it.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, let's get into it. So to start off, what did you think?
I mean, obviously it's terrible.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it's terrible.
It's like,
So we both think it sucks.
it's pretty good.
We start off with the credits right off the bat.
title crawl was the most useless title crawl in all of Star Wars history. Now, the title crawl, even though it was stolen from another movie, still is one of the most iconic components about Star Wars. And every time in the original trilogy, every title crawl would be so awesome. You'd be like, oh my god, what's happening? Oh my god, this is awesome. And the prequels title crawls were pretty weak, mostly because they were just about like the politics and stupid gas trades. I mean, it's a prequel title crawl. What are you going to expect? And the Force Awakens title crawl, I guess was, I don't know.
No, I think for what it was good because we were being introduced to like a new era of Star Wars.
We needed the title crawl for Force Awakens.
And we needed it. We wouldn't have known what the hell was going on.
Yeah. But The Last Jedi takes place literally right after Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And it doesn't explain to us anything that we don't already know. And immediately you're like, oh shit, we're in for.
So we moved past the title crawl.
We literally moved past the title crawl, and we moved so far. And there's this terrible shot.
It looked like a Fight Club, like the opening of Fight Club, or like remember the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, how it goes like through the DNA or whatever. Was that X-Men? That was X-Men.
But that shot where they're going through the ships is like head aching.
Yeah, that was such a weird. That was not Star Wars.
And it introduces us to the CG, which honestly I'm not super into for this movie. Especially after Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. I know you love the movie.
Hey, shut up.
I think it's good. I think it's a fine Star Wars movie. But the effects were amazing in that movie.
And Force Awakens were pretty decent. And this movie pretty much looks kind of just murky and mucky. And
yeah, it just...
Not in the same way Han Solo did, though. It just looks kind of like not detailed.
Yeah,
I think when we had those detailed-ass ships. And this one, like, we're going through the thing in the space. Already, you can just tell, like, the movie just doesn't look as good. And Rose looks pretty good for a CG character.
So...
And then we get into one of the most notoriously bad, I guess, scenes, most infamous scenes of the movie with Poe's confrontation with Hux. Yeah,
that was a great start to the movie.
I think his confrontation is an example of how Rian Johnson he didn't make he didn't make a Star Wars movie. So a lot of people are kind of happy about it. They're like, wow, it's the most different feeling. It doesn't feel like Star Wars. And they're saying it's the change we need, but honestly, like, I don't think Rogue One felt like Star Wars. But it certainly felt like a space movie.
Yeah.
This, in space, you don't make phone call jokes.
Yeah, and, as indifferent as I am about Force Awakens, it does... That one feels like a Star Wars movie, for sure. With Last Jedi, it's like everything is wrong about it. Like the tone of it, it's just like... It's like trying to be dark, but then it has like these weird comedy moments. It's just like struggling to find what it's supposed to be.
Another thing about the tone of it is that a lot of people are complaining that the space battle, but Poe's making these jokes about it feels like a ground battle, which doesn't feel like it's taking place in space, especially with the bomb things just falling, down.
The whole scene with Rose's sister was just so weird to me. It was just weird. There's a lot of scenes in this movie that are just weird.
Yeah, why didn't Rose die? Why don't we have our hot sister be?
So we get into Rose's sister's scene, and it's just weird. She falls down, she bumps her head, and then it like fades to black, and you think it's gonna cut to something else, and then it like stays with her, and it's like, what was the point of that? Like why did she fall, hit her head? Why did it black out, and then like she woke up? Like what was the point of that?
Is Ryan getting carried away with his World War II thing?
Yeah, but even then, it's like her falling and then having that weird fade to black.
It doesn't feel like a space battle.
It doesn't feel like a space battle, and also just doesn't make sense. Because, not that I really cared that much, but, you're supposed to feel tense during this moment. Mm-hmm. And when it fades to black and it comes back, you're just kind of like, what am I supposed to feel right now,
Yeah.
Just very weird, but, so we get into that scene, and then we get the cheesy... Is she gonna get the button? She starts kicking the ladder down. She grabs
it way, like, when you see it
and
going
then it
down,
falls down.
It falls like 20 feet past her, and then she Mr. Fantastic's that shit.
Literally, dude, that was so.
You see her arm like 20 feet down, Poe's looking, and she's like,
she's
like, what? Like Michael Jordan Space Jam at the
end. You see her hand coming out of the ship, when
he's like trying to make the last basket, he stretches his arm out hell far. Yeah. And I love how Leia was roasting Poe about saving them.
What do you mean saving?
Oh, why did you kill half the fleet? It's like because the whole fleet would have died otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah, and also the fact that Leia is like the commander of everybody,
Even though
and then like
she's-
somehow she's getting mad at Poe for commanding her. It's like, how about you? You know, when Poe said, "Let's go, everybody," why doesn't Leia just say no?
Hey, everybody, don't. The outfits in this movie are like Leia's outfit. Everyone's complaining about Holdo,
Yeah, the costume design was
the
not
prom
good
dress,
at
but
all.
Leia to me was like Queen Amidala in this movie. Like her weird ass earrings, her
Yeah.
hair.
That was, yeah, a lot of the costume design was kind of weird. I thought Luke looked okay. You know, he looked like he aged, but he looked fine, like how Luke would look if he was in that state of mind. But I agree, everything with the Resistance was just kind of like just very weird.
And when we get to the part where they find him through hyperspace, which is the dumbest scene, or the concept of it is dumb. How'd they track us through hyperspace?
Yeah.
You ever watch fucking Attack of the Clones, the worst Star Wars movie ever? Where everyone just throws the tracker on Jango Fett's ship and he tracks him through hyperspace? It's been done before.
Yeah.
This is where you think Rian Johnson is trolling the audience. You think he hasn't watched a single Star Wars movie.
But anyway, so we get, you know, the trackers, all that stuff, and then we get to where they actually catch up to them, right? And then we have the famous Leia scene.
Yeah, where she gets shot into space and floats in
Yeah, she just, you know, turns into Superman.
like a fairy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, Superman's a better.
Yeah, I mean, she kind of...
She goes like that, yeah. And especially, they say this in behind the scenes, how they're so adamant about like getting the science right, even though, what the fuck were they thinking? They were like, okay, when she gets blown up, she has to be sucked into a vacuum, right? And, you know, like on Crate, there has to be little salt things. It's salt. But the thing is, like, when she gets back into the ship, she opens the door again. There's no vacuum of space.
Well, they cut it really quickly when they open the door. I don't know if you
Yeah.
noticed that. They open the door to let Leia in, and then the smoke comes into the screen, and then they cut to the next scene because they didn't want to bother dealing with that. You know, they're just like,
it looks too obvious
Yeah.
that we didn't get this right.
Yeah.
You remember the shot where she's flying in, right? And then there's the Super Star Destroyer, or Snoke ship is on the monitor.
no, I don't.
Well, it's a shot. It looked like it was like staged. Like Ryan was like, I want this shot to look like this.
Oh, really?
I feel like that was the case for a lot of the movie. He's like, I just want this shot, and then I'm gonna figure it out later. He wanted to make it more realistic. You know, like Leia doesn't. You know, she's a main character, but she isn't safe.
Right, but the thing is, like, if you're gonna go realistic, go all the way with it. Because the thing is like, it comes off as so I don't know, is it like lazy in a way? Because it seems like he's just picking and choosing with what he wants to do.
Had a bunch of balls with all the characters' name and just rolled them down a board and saw where they went. And he's like, all right, here we go. Luke comes in with Rey. This is the end of Force Awakens, right after. And Rey takes like one step and she walks like 20 feet. And then she takes a step back and she walks 20 feet backwards too. Because Luke is like 40 feet. Another shot where he's like, I want this. But in reality, it doesn't make any sense because Rey's supposed to be like right next to him kissing his face, you know?
So Luke checks the lightsaber over his shoulder. The audience laughs because it's hysterical.
And then Rey goes into his hut and is like, Han Solo died. And Luke's like, oh, my best friend died? All right. Cool.
The guy-
I'm not gonna train you. I'm gonna go drink some titty milk now. See you
Yeah,
later.
the guy who saved my life and I saved his multiple times, and we saved the galaxy together and stopped the Empire.
Yeah, and his son is named after my mentor. His wife is fucking my mentor.
Ridiculous. So, fun fact: there's a deleted scene, 16-second deleted scene, that involves Luke weeping over Han Solo's death, and it's cut from the movie. You know, it's a deleted scene. So, that is probably one of the dumbest choices in all of Star Wars history. Like, we could talk about George Lucas, you know, making weird choices in prequels, but this is like one of the dumbest choices ever. Like,
The best part, though, to me, is that Chewie's on the planet, and he doesn't even talk to Luke at all. And even in the deleted scene, he's not in mourning with Luke.
yeah.
It's just Luke by himself. It's like, wait, what the fuck? Put Chewie in there. Just have him killed already. He's already like 1,000,000 years old.
And then we get a weird scene after where Luke is kind of like traversing the land, kind of
It's like a
showing off to
montage.
Rey. He's like showing off, like he looks back and he's like, "Do you like what you see?" kind of thing. Like it was a little weird.
It's just, why would Luke be here?
What do you mean? Why would he be here,
Like, why would he be on that planet just alone doing nothing?
dude? Because all right, well,
Dude, because he tried to kill Kylo Ren.
yeah. Well, I mean, as stupid as that sounds, that's exactly what happened. But let's
not-
talk about that.
Okay.
Let's talk about him
Let's
trying to
talk
kill
about
Kylo
that.
Ren.
Good mythical morning.
So
Yeah.
he tries to kill fucking Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Rey is like, teach me the ways of the Force, and Luke's like, no, because Jedi are like this.
Right, and then he tells her story.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Eventually, he tells her story that
The story of the Jedi is failure, Literally, Obi-Wan... Okay, here's Obi-Wan in The New Hope. The Jedi have kept up the tradition of peace for over 1,000 generations. And Luke's like, the Jedi are a failure.
The thing with Luke and pretty much all of the characters from the originals, they had 3 full movies to develop, right? They had 3 movies. They kind of throw all that away. They just throw it all away. They throw, especially for Luke. They throw that away. Are you kidding me?
I think the fact that the First Order looks exactly like the Empire and is the Empire.
No, but I'm talking about the character development for those characters that was built up.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And then the fact that, Leia is still getting a grasp on commanding an army, even though she was commanding in New Hope. No, that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
That
this
makes
is
sense.
a joke.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, so... Oh, shit.
Hey. Why did you...
Yeah, so Luke kind of just forgetting that he saved the galaxy by being hopeful.
And saving the Sith.
Literally having hope is what saved the galaxy. He just forgot about that.
Not killing Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Literally not killing Darth Vader was the test.
Exactly.
The Emperor was like, kill him, be my apprentice.
Yeah.
And Luke's like, no, I'm going to be a Jedi. I don't attack. I only use it for defense. And then this one, he's like...
He wants to kill
let me kill my nephew.
Who hasn't done anything bad yet, either. It's just
he's
he
just like...
sensed that he has dark...
I sense Snoke has gotten to him.
Yeah, so he's like, alright, time to fucking kill him.
It's okay to think that and then suppress your feelings. That's like the
Exactly.
Jedi thing.
I feel like that would have been actually pretty powerful.
Yeah, Luke would have been like, I thought about killing him, but I knew it was wrong. And I love... I just don't know... Ryan Johnson He just tries to do things that just don't make any sense. Why would you have a scene with Kylo Ren as a 13-year-old and then just use Adam Driver?
Yeah.
He looked like he was 20 in that scene. He didn't look any younger.
It looked like the Sam Raimi Peter Parker where, Tobey Maguire looks like he's a fucking dad. He's in high school.
Yeah, he's in high school.
That was just ridiculous. That whole sequence. And then the fact that he lied to Rey about it, too. He said Kylo Ren attacked first or something like that? Right?
Yeah, he lies and then he lies again. The second time around he tells the story, he doesn't even tell the story completely. It's like the 4th time. Like when Kylo's explaining to her.
Yeah, he's like the Joker. He's like fucking Dark Knight Joker. Just telling him like, hey, want to see how I almost killed Kylo Ren?
I have a train. I'm about to hit 12 kids. Let's talk about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren in this movie was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I like him a lot more than Force Awakens.
His character arc totally failed in this movie. It was going somewhere. And I was like...
Exactly. Exactly.
I thought him and Rey were going to have, forced sex, because they were, touching each other. I would have been like, not forced sex, forced sex. Sex that's through the Force.
Demonetized right there.
Kylo Ren was, super complex, which is a problem with The Force Awakens. There's no complexity. It's either you're good or you're bad. Mm-hmm. And this one, Kylo Ren was like, well, not everything's like it seems.
No, totally. I loved Kylo Ren for the first 2/3 of this movie.
Honestly.
And then after the Snoke scene, which we'll get into after, but after that scene, it just falls apart.
Okay, subverting expectations is like saying Voldemort, now. It's just such a toxic phrase that we've kind of... But honestly, in terms of subverting expectations, Ryan achieved it in Kylo. When he doesn't kill Leia, when he just talks to Rey, and he's like not
Even though that was such a stupid scene, but yeah.
Yeah, the only time that I was actually surprised by anything was with Kylo. It's like, oh, he's just not an evil bastard. Mm-hmm. Cool. And then he is an evil bastard.
Yeah.
But I thought the Force communicating thing was a cool new thing, to be honest. Mm-hmm. We've had it kind of with Force Ghosts. Yeah. But in terms of the Force, this movie totally wrecked it.
Yeah,
with
definitely.
Leia going down as
that's the thing.
Superman, with Luke Skywalker projecting himself.
Now that we're talking about positives, Kylo Ren was a positive in this movie. At least the 2/3 of Kylo Ren. And I also think another positive was the concept of the film, it being a chase in space, and it being the longest Star Wars movie, leaves room for some really interesting stuff. And the execution was just done so badly.
It could have been a cool sci-fi soap opera.
Totally, and it could have been the type of different that we all want.
It could have been the psychological different. Because Star Wars is okay. Star Trek is for the smart people, right? And then Star Wars is for the dumb people. That's just how it's always been. This could have been the smart Star Wars movie. People go, oh, now I'm thinking. Yeah. But no, it's just the dumb one.
Not that Star Wars is dumb, but
Star Wars is dumb. It's dumb. It's George Lucas said it himself. It's for 12-year-olds. It's for 12-year-olds. Come on, it's for 12-year-olds. It's for 12-year-olds.
That's
Come
a joke,
on.
right?
No.
Are you being serious?
The prequels are for 12-year-olds.
Okay.
The original...
Not even. The the prequels are for nobody.
Actually, the prequels are... Yeah.
They're like for like politics and stuff. Nobody likes politics, so... Okay, so, well, let's start with Finn and Rose first.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Let's start with Finn and Rose first. So...
What
did he do with his legs?
Imagine if Kylo Ren did this to Poe. Finn meets Rose in the escape pod chamber, which the concept of Rose's job is so fucked up. She's supposed to stop people from escaping to save their own life.
Yeah.
They think they're gonna die.
Yeah, and she's stopping them with a little taser.
That's
like,
the craziest thing.
If someone wanted to actually escape, they would fucking kill her.
The Resistance... The first kind of, like... Holdo obviously makes the Resistance seem like it's Empire, but, like... The first thing we get in the movie that's like that is Rose. Because Rose is forcing people to stay on the ship and just listen and just wait for their death. And there's no free thinking. It's like, well, what if we just escaped and fucking saved our own fucking skins? No. Rose is just like, no, you can't escape. You have to do what we say. And if you're not, you're going to get sent into this little prison we have here. Finn and Rose go to Poe, and Poe goes to Maz, which makes zero sense. What the fuck, Ryan? Again, did you watch these movies? Yeah. Poe doesn't know Maz. Finn met Maz for like 5 minutes, and then she hauled ass out of there. Poe calls Maz, and Maz makes like a sexual joke about the codebreaker, and she's like stroking the gun as if it's like a penis, Which is just, what? Maz is like 1,000,000 years old. She's like a grandma. Like, she was like,
who says grandma's gonna have some action?
What the? Anyway, and then, okay, it's just, this is where the writing is really weird. Maz says that there's only one codebreaker who can hack through the First Order ship. Who the fuck built it? Just get that guy. Doesn't Finn know him? Shouldn't they be buddies since Finn knows everything, even though he was a janitor?
Yeah, also another thing is, like, if one guy can do it, like, just the fact that there's only one guy who can do it is the dumbest concept ever.
But there's not one guy who
can do it. And then it's like, there's not one, and they never go back to that. They're never like, didn't Maz just lie to us? Like,
anybody in prison could do this.
Didn't Maz basically, like, almost fuck up our whole operation over? And, I mean, not that it was even successful to begin with, but we get information that there's only one code breaker, and then Finn and Rose are like, well, let's go find him. So then they go to probably the best sequence in the movie.
Can't buy. Ooh, I was crying at the end of the sequence.
Because it was so good?
No, because I had a headache. Prequel, this is the heart of prequel.
Yeah, prequel alert. Turn up the prequel alert signs. Prequel alert signs.
Prequels are. There we go. So, they park their ship on a beach, and then there's like racist aliens. There's like a Chinese guy, he's like,
yeah.
The Chinese alien. He's
that
like,
was weird.
BB-8, I hate him.
In this movie, again, so many useless characters in this movie. Literally, Rian Johnson was like, fuck Chewie, fuck BB-8, fuck everybody.
Like, BB-8 was probably the coolest thing out of The Force Awakens.
He was great.
Like, he was cute. He was a new little, he's a cool, really ball thing. You're like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah, cool design.
And he was actually useful.
Yeah.
In the same way that R2 was. The thing is, R2's also in this movie.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot he even existed. Yeah, BB-8 is literally like another useless character. And then they try to make him useful by making him like a coin machine, which made absolutely no sense to me. Like why would... First off, how does he have that power? Like, how does he have that ability, Like, where did that come from? And also, that was so prequel-ish.
It's so goofy.
Exactly. That prequel goofiness.
Yeah, and then so they find the Master Codebreaker, but they don't find him because they get arrested. Yeah. And then the Master Codebreaker looks at them, he's like,
whatever, I'm rich.
Even though I don't know who they are.
Rich people
I'm going to take note of them.
More superior. But anyway, so they get arrested, and then wait, hold on, did they find another Codebreaker? That's kind of weird that they just like...
No, that's totally normal. They find these animals, and they're like, we have to free the animals.
And then Rose goes on this huge tangent that like has no place in the movie about like animal cruelty and stuff, and like animal cruelty's bad and all that, but at the end of the sequence, they just make it worse for everybody.
It's weird how the Star Wars universe has this problem though, because we've never had this problem before. Why are we having horse races in Star Wars for entertainment? In Han Solo, it actually made more sense when that social justice warrior droid was like just arguing against like the fighting the droids. Mm-hmm. Like, it makes sense that droids would fight each other, because this is Star Wars. It doesn't make any sense that horses are... Like, who...
Yeah.
Who's watching that? Who's going, yeah, let's watch Rose.
Yeah, honestly.
No one even watches the fucking Kentucky Derby now.
So then we get on this weird tangent with Rose. They end up like freeing the animals.
They destroy the whole city.
And then
they're like, that was really refreshing. Even though the kids are going to be the ones who like get their asses whooped.
Yeah! And then cut like 2 minutes later, he's getting the shit beat out of him. It just feels like it's like a 12-year-old's like book report on animal cruelty.
No, a 12-year-old knows this.
No, yeah, like a 5-year-old's book report on animal cruelty, and they're like, we need to free all the animals, and that's gonna be okay. Let them back into the wild. And it's like, you do realize the guys who, the wealthy guys who are doing this are gonna come back, they're gonna capture the animals, and just treat them even worse than how they were before. And not only that, but the kids are gonna get the shit beat out of them, because they're the ones that let the animals free, you know? It's like, it's so ridiculous.
And Finn talks about this late in the movie, where, you know, they escape the planet, and then the guy's looking for money in the ship. And Finn's like, it's not your ship. And he's like, nope. And then Finn's like, well, at least you're stealing from the bad guys.
It's like, yeah, like, what the fuck is up with that? Like, hey, asshole, you were one of those bad guys before, so if everyone had the same fucking mentality as you, they would have killed you. Let's go to Snoke, actually. Let's do quick Snoke, because we're already at 40 minutes.
Yeah, Snokey Wokey. I guess he just got out of the shower in this movie or something.
Yeah, he looks nice and comfy. Like, he just
he looks really comfortable.
Yeah, a little power nap, you know.
Ooh, I just took a nice morning bath. Hello, everyone. Look at my gold robe. And then the overacting. Mm-hmm. Oh, jeez. It's like Rian Johnson's like, we need to make sure the audience knows he's evil. So he's like, you are unbalanced.
So we get Snoke dying, like, super easily.
Yeah, and we haven't even talked about him that much. Because he's not even in the fucking movie. He's in there, he's wearing a bathrobe, and then he dies. So Kylo Ren is about to... Which is... Okay, that's such a weird way to kill Rey. I feel like Rian Johnson really wanted to stretch... Like, he really wanted to stretch the fact that... Because who kills someone like this? Like, they're just going to turn the lights on and just going to go... What? They're just going to, like, chop her head off or something.
Well, I don't think Ryan, as I said before, I don't think Ryan's ever seen a Star Wars movie, and, like, he thinks people kill each other with lightsabers, not in, like, a sword fight, but, like, a...
They think it's like a western, like a draw.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna draw first? It's so stupid how Snoke's literally closing his eyes and he's like, Kylo, you're gonna kill her. It's like, dude, you can connect people through the Force and have them see each other's physical presence.
Yeah.
But you can't sense a lightsaber moving towards you about to stab.
Exactly. A lot of people's counters to Snoke's death they're like, well, the Emperor wasn't really shown. You know, the Emperor wasn't really shown in the originals. The thing was, though, the Emperor was hyped up throughout all of the movies. He was there since the beginning. And on top of that, he's shown to be the most powerful figure, you know?
He is the most powerful figure.
Like you get Darth Vader saying, like, oh, the Emperor will not be pleased, or, like, the Emperor's coming. Everyone's like, freaking the fuck out.
Dude, shit.
Perhaps you can tell him when he arrives.
The Emperor's coming here?
But when Snoke's here, we see him in the fucking first 5 minutes of the fucking movie. He's just there in his fucking stupid bathrobe.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, when he dies, you're just like, oh, I thought he was gonna do something.
And not only that, but also the fact that Darth Vader was, like, the most powerful villain in the galaxy.
And then the Emperor steps in.
And the Emperor was his step up.
Yeah.
And then you get Snoke, who's trainee for him is Kylo Ren, who lost to Rey, who had never held a lightsaber before. It's just... It makes him, like, kind of like, okay, like, why... You're not really that threatening. Also, another thing is, like, people are like, oh, well, they're self-aware. Like, Snoke was like, you were bested by a girl who never held the lightsaber. It's like, that doesn't make it okay. So then Holdo comes along.
She doesn't tell anyone her plan.
She's one of the worst written characters in Star Wars.
She's a secret double agent for the First Order.
Yeah, she's been talked about to death, though, you know.
She's stupid, and she's tall,
and she's terribly written.
And she's wearing a prom dress.
But anyway, so we go to Crate.
Because they're... Okay, so they thought that their escape pods were cloaked. But... What? Also, another thing, the slow-ass moving ships. They're like sitting in space, and they're just killing them off one by one. Because they're just sitting there.
Yeah. They're literally just saying,
why not go in Rose's
kill
ship?
Me first. No, kill me first, you know?
Yeah, why didn't they go in Finn and Rose's ship? Oh, because it was blown up in the Canto Bight. Which, great job, Finn and Rose, for losing a ship. Why didn't they just take those other ships? There were other ships on board. Obviously, Finn and Rose took one. But no, they had to take the ones that go 2 miles an hour in space, and they're all going to die. And they think that the First Order can't detect them? Why not?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they be able to detect them? If they can track a huge ass ship, why can't they track a little tiny ass ship?
Yeah, totally.
So most of them die in space, and then they
Yeah.
go to Crate, and then Finn and Rose get to Crate too, because the characters need to be together. Again, it's another quota that Rian Johnson needed to meet, and he just kind of did it half-assed. He's
Totally.
like, well, Finn and Rose need to come back, so let's have them just narrowly get in to the door, because the First Order is obviously going to be chasing them, so let's have them just so the First Order couldn't get them. And what kind of fucking stupid TIE fighters are shooting at Finn and Rose when their ships are all destroyed? It's like, Mayday, Mayday, ship's being destroyed, abandoned ship. Oh, let me just do my job real quick. It's like, the restaurant's on fire! Wait, I got 2 more tables to bust. Let me go.
Yeah, what the hell is that? And
You
also,
get to Crate.
Snoke just died, so everything's fucked right now, so why would they be doing their job?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
What
like
the fuck?
their government collapses. It's like, oh, well, let me just finish my job here.
They get to Hoth. It's Hoth. Do not say it's Crate. This is Hoth.
Yeah, okay, they try to make it a salt planet, but they're literally snow troopers there. And, like, it's like, dude, it's a fucking snow planet. Like, don't even give me that shit.
Here's what
There's
happened.
AT-ATs and, like...
Rian Johnson was like, guys, I want this planet, right? It's going to be white everywhere. There's going to be a giant door. It's like a rebel base, right? It's a rebel base where they're going to hide. And there's just like one
He's
giant
never
door
seen
for the
Empire,
door
so he
to
thinks he's coming up with like something super
And then there's
cool.
going to be these walkers that have 4 legs. They look like, they look like giant dinosaurs or something, right? And they're going to come in and they're going to try to attack the thing. And there's going to be like little snow speeder things, right, guys? It's like, dude, wait, that was a scene in the 5th one. Oh, really? Okay, let's
just
change the
say it's
snow
a
to
salt
salt.
planet.
Yeah, let's change the snow to salt. There we go. That's it. That's what.
Perfect.
We'll have crystal foxes that look like they're supposed to be snow ice foxes, though.
But they're salt.
But we'll make them salt too, even though that's pretty much impossible.
Yeah, it's so stupid. And then you get that line where it's like, salt. It's like,
It's like you really
We're
like.
not- we're not buying this.
It's not
We're not
hot.
buying this.
It's not hot. I swear to God, it's not hot. Look, the guy says so in the movie. The guy says so. He's not hot. And there's Gareth Edwards. Kylo Ren comes up, and he's Snoke. Again, okay, this is my theory for the episode 9. Snoke, when Kylo Ren cut Snoke in half, part of Snoke's soul came out of his body.
like the Voldemort Harry Potter thing.
Exactly. And went into Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren became Snoke. And then Rey's gonna fight
That would
Kylo Ren,
explain why Kylo Ren,
and she's
like...
gonna see like a little flicker in his eye, like an annihilation, and it's like he's gonna see a little gold flicker like his robe. It's like, oh my God, it's Snoke. And when she has to cut, she has to like, it's like in Fight Club where he pretends to shoot himself. She's gonna like kind of kill Kylo. He's just gonna injure him, and then Snoke's gonna come out of his body, and Kylo's gonna be like, Rey, you saved me, and then Rey's gonna kiss him, and then Finn and Rose are gonna kiss each other.
I think Rey's gonna kiss his like open wound.
Movie's over, by the way. There's nothing else that happens.
Yeah.
There's nothing else that happens. Oh wait,
Literally-
Luke comes in
Luke comes in
and does something that, again, it's impossible.
He does something that isn't explained in the movie, and you have to like look on the Wikipedia to find out that it's like force projection or some shit. I don't even think that's the official name yet. I don't even think they have an official name for it.
No. Ryan
Luke-
Johnson's like, what would be really cool?
Yeah, Luke just does it, and then they don't explain it, which is weird because they try so hard to explain everything in this movie, and then they just don't explain that.
If you're gonna do that to Luke, why not just make all the spaceships fucking Transformers? Okay, honestly, when the Falcon flies to land, why not just transform into like a robot and start?
Okay, well, anyways, so they fuck over Luke and have him die, and if Luke does something impactful, and he does something cool, and he dies in like a cool way, then I guess. But literally, what happens is Luke just buys them time. Like
And
that's
he
how he
just-
goes out. That's how the hero of the galaxy goes out.
And his
he
goodbye
dies trying to
is-
get buy time.
His goodbye seems so insincere.
Yeah.
Like when he's like Leia, he's like, "You changed your hair." It's like, "Fuck off!"
Yeah, can you just like say I miss you, sister? Then hug her and be like.
And then
"I'm probably
you see
gonna die
C-3PO,
tomorrow."
he's like, he doesn't even say goodbye to R2 or Chewie. And then when he just mocks Kylo. That's the way he goes. He mocks Kylo.
Yeah, and then he just kind of goes out, and this is yet another part of the movie where Ryan was like, "Hey, this is a cool shot. Let's have this," and then Luke dies and fades away, and it just makes
And then they're all happy because all of them died.
literally they're all just like, "Woo, good ending. We got to make this a happy ending." So yeah, let's do that. It was just ridiculous.
So this movie's tone deaf. It's structure deaf. It's pretty much
Everything
deaf.
deaf.
It's deaf. No offense to deaf people. You have
Awesome.
nothing to do with this movie.
What would you give this movie out of 10?
Honestly, I want to give it credit for Kylo Ren. The thing is, though, my emotional reaction walking away is just 0. It's just 0 out of 10. Nothing. I just can't see myself enjoying this movie as a whole. Ever. Period.
I'd give it a 3, kind of like a in the
Ryan.
middle of a 2 maybe.
I'm Rian Johnson. This is Poe Dameron. Darth Maul sticks his double-sided fucking lightsaber up Rey's asshole.
Mortimer.
It's Mickey to you, Craig. So, haven't seen JJ in a while. You know what happened to him?
Nope.
I think you do know.
Well, you know, he got what was coming to him. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy writing the next 10 Star Wars films.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't know what I'm capable of, Mortimer.
You think your powers had any effect on me?
But yeah, thanks for watching.
My
Look out for the
pleasure,
next
man.
video. Subscribe. I'll see you guys later.